So I was watching a video by a YouTuber called I Love Your Confidence, and I love everything she had to say about the subject that she was talking about. She was talking about antinatalism and how, you know, what's the point of bringing in children into a world that's already so fucked up? You know, I choose not to be an antinatalist because I refuse to feed these systems that abuse our humanity, that suck the energy from families, that suck the energy from the people that we love. I passed by middle school today and I was just flabbergasted by how empty the middle school looked. All the kids were inside of those damn buildings, and I was like, bro, this gives prison vibes. And the more I think about it, yeah, school is an academic prison. You literally can get in trouble if you don't go to school. We are basically imprisoned since our childhood. From the moment that we can like start talking and walking, we are, you know, we go into preschools, into elementary schools, and people don't like to think of it this way, but like the system literally demands that you are stripped away from your child on a day-to-day basis for hours. And it's not ethical, because ultimately the system is not, you know, and it demands that you have a 9 to 5 just to rent anywhere. So therefore, the vast majority of your day is gone. The vast majority of the time that you can spend with your child is gone. And I don't think it's crazy to say that that is an unethical thing. So I want to return back to some of the points that I Love Your Confidence was saying. Also, I love that name. She was saying that it's rare to find other women in their 20s that are in this movement. And I feel like it's just because it's a movement. I feel like a lot of people are up with that movement nowadays. I mean, as evidenced by the declining birth rate the past 5-10 years specifically. I feel like there's a lot of people in that movement. The only thing is that the movement doesn't really have a name. So when she mentioned antinatalism, I was like, you know what? That's actually that's on point. I mean, the only other way I've heard people describe it is being childless, or have child-free life, or childless. But antinatalism really gives it kind of this other connotation or vibe, you know, and I can see Republicans and conservatives being like, oh my God, they're anti-human. Ah! When really it's really just a moral stance on like the morality and ethics of bringing a child into this world that's very screwed up and that doesn't have its priorities in the right place. I feel that, you know, and I actually Googled antinatalism, and it said it's a moral stance. So, you know, and it makes sense. Of course it's a moral stance. It's the reason why I decided to get my vasectomy, which also I was listening to I Love Your Confidence, and she was saying that, you know, she even wanted to bring her boyfriend into the doctor's office to legitimize, you know, her request to get a hysterectomy, which I thought was complete bullshit. But I've heard that. I've heard women say like, oh yeah, like it's better if you go in with your husband or your partner. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you, a cow? What the fuck? Like, okay. I got my vasectomy, and my doctor kind of just looked at me twice, and she was like, are you very sure? Are you planning? Do you have I think she asked me if I had a partner, or if, you know, she asked me like 2 or 3 questions. It wasn't that deep. And then she kind of gave me the green pass, and I was appreciative of that. I was like, okay, thank you. But, you know, it's like, bro, I'm a grown-ass adult fucking person. Like, yes, I want this. Doctors shouldn't really be getting into the specifics that much, you know? Like, I get like a question or 2, like, or have you ever wanted children? Or do you want to have children? Like, those are logical questions to ask. But really beyond that, I shouldn't have to bring my girlfriend up in there to further prove the point. It's my body. I mean, you know, obviously, woman, if there's a girl listening to this, you know, it's like, but, you know, you guys have your whole existence is oppression, has been oppression. So, yeah, so I just found that to be fucking crazy. And I was just watching her video, and she was talking about having periods, and I was like, dude, what the fuck, bro? Like, men are so privileged. Just to add to the video I was making the other day, men are so fucking privileged. We don't have periods, bro. We don't have cramps. We don't have these things, these ovulation cycles, which disrupt our mood and our fucking perceptions towards life. And bro, we are so fucking privileged. I'm gonna make a whole nother video on that. I'm gonna do a little Googling on periods and how it affects women's mental health, people's mentals. So, because, yeah, men need to fucking hammer that shit into their consciousness. We are privileged. But, going back to antinatalism, why the fuck would you want to have a child, bro? Like, seriously, the system is so fucked up, bro. They're gonna underpay you. They're gonna take your kid away. You're not gonna even have a solid relationship with your child. And it's just, like, ridiculous. And then the fact that Trump is even offering, what, $5K for you to have a baby just further proves that point. Like, that is laughable. So, yeah, antinatalist by choice. When I first heard the word, I was like, oh, people are gonna have fun with that shit. Like, but I feel like it's a good word. It sounds a little strong, and I could see people being turned off by it. But honestly, bro, at this point, we should all be antinatalists. The world is overpopulated. It has been overpopulated. Climate change is evidence of that. You know, fucking rising prices, literally, and everything is evidence of that. You know, and you want to bring a child into this world? I get one kid, but 2, 3, 4, I don't think it's ethical. I don't. You're gonna raise that kid to work a 9 to 5? Are you really happy working a 9 to 5? Is this happiness to you? I personally like my job for the most part. I like my job for the most part. There's some things I don't like about it. The paperwork is completely unnecessary, and I would say hurtful to the well-being of society. But even me, someone who likes their job, still feels it's unethical to work as much as I do. So even if you do something that's great, ethical, good, it benefits humanity, you still shouldn't be fucking doing it for 40 hours a week. Because ultimately it's disrupting the most important things, which is your relationship with yourself, your relationship with your friends and family, the community at large. So yeah, baby, I'm antinatalist all the way. Antinatalist all the way. And I love your confidence, dude. I am with you all the way on being an antinatalist. And yes, I do. I am 29 years old, and I do feel like there's kind of a lack of conversation being had on people, well, or between people our age. And I think it's because a lot of our people our age are also struggling with, like, the idea that, you know, or they're also coming to terms with accepting that it would be best for them not to have children. So it's kind of hard to get to that. And once you do get to that, it's like, it's, you know, it feels great, but it takes grieving, it takes anger, it takes maybe some denial, some bargaining. I don't know, you know, it's a whole grief process. So obviously we're at a point of acceptance. Other people aren't quite. Other people, you know, have still old school culture ingrained into their psychology, and, you know, so yeah. Nah, guys, it's been two months since I got my vasectomy, and I can tell you, I feel like fucking flipping around and doing jumps like a happy little dog right now. I'm so happy I've not regretted it for a moment. Yes, I have grieved a little bit of my life of not having a child. Like, yeah, you know, I think we were all raised with the idea that, oh, you're gonna have babies and then blah, blah, blah. And yes, I've grieved a piece of that, but I have not regretted my choice to get a vasectomy. If anything, it's actually something that energizes me, it revitalizes me, it motivates me throughout my day-to-day. When my day gets hard, I think about my vasectomy and how I'm not gonna have children. It actually helps me feel better. It helps my central nervous system. regulate itself. So it's been fucking amazing to me in this world of stress, in this world, unprecedented world that none of us would have ever foreseen. This world that has changed so much in the past 10 years. Not having children is the way to go. And I feel like, you know, the people who decide not to have children can have great impact. And not to say that people that do have children can't have impact. Of course they can have impact, but we have all the time in the world. There's an advantage there. But so, yeah. So with that, my fellow antinatalist, I just foresee people fucking using that word and attacking it. But honestly, the word is necessary. It's logical. It's important. But I could just see folks like hella fucking just automatically, unconsciously even like getting turned off by it. Something like that. How about just child-free life? I don't know. An antinatalist is necessary, but I'm just wondering, is there a more neutral word we can use for this? We'll find it. It'll pop up eventually. But yeah, guys, but antinatalism all the way. Yeah, antinatalism is moral. Yeah, it doesn't take a genius. So, peace and no babies. Love, but without the babies. Love without that. Yeah.